Right now, I'm sitting on top of the Outfitter Manufacturing Apex 8. It's our go-to feature-rich truck camping ruler. It was our original 4-season camper here at Outfitter, and it's still innovative to this day. If you want something rugged and capable, but still having all the luxuries of home, this one's the one for you. Let's jump into it. So as I mentioned, this is one of our larger and more luxurious campers built for 3/4 ton trucks, stuff like that. It does have our one-piece true composite body, makes it extremely durable and rugged off-road. Moving along on the outside here, of course, you have your radio antenna, your water heater. It does have an outside shower for washing up after those long days out on the trail. You've got a 20-pound propane tank, of course, your furnace vents and your fridge vents. There's a storage compartment down here, big enough for a 2,000 watt generator or any gear you want to take along. Moving along to the back here, you do have a ladder for roof access that you saw me using earlier there. Of course, taillights and a nice generous entry door. Around this side, you've got yet more storage, all back here at the corner. And of course, that giant dinette window for taking in all the views. Up top, this one has 200 watts of solar and an air conditioner that we'll get into once we get inside. So now that we're inside, we'll go ahead and start at the top. The camper does have LED lights throughout. Nice and bright, keeps everything well lit, and hardly draws any battery power. Down below that, you've got a really generous vanity space, perfect for your phone, wallet, all that little gear you want to take along. Moving down from that, we've got our solar controller. As I mentioned before, this camper has 200 watts of solar on it. Means you can keep up with an inverter no problem at all to stay totally off-grid. Below that, you've got your refrigerator here. This is the 7.5 cubic foot NovaCool with even its own dedicated freezer space. Below that, you've got your switch for the electric roof lift and your master switch for all the lights. And coming over here, you've got the ductwork for your 20,000 BTU furnace. That is ducted down into the basement of this camper. And speaking of the basement, it's right here below my feet. That feature allows us to put massive both freshwater and gray water tanks in this camper, and we'll get into that in a little more detail here in a bit. So continuing on with the kitchen here, you do have your standard 3-burner propane cooktop. Up from that, you've got the optional microwave here. It does run off that 2,000 watt inverter and that solar I mentioned earlier, so you can keep up with snacks and meals totally off the grid. You've got generous storage space beside it. Tons of storage space down here in the kitchen for pots, pans, cookware, and all your camping gear. Above that, you've got your massive dual basin sink. And because of that basement I mentioned earlier, you do have 44 gallons of fresh water and 16 gallons of gray, so you never need to worry about running out or filling up. Down below that, you do have an AM/FM radio with Bluetooth, so you can connect to your phone to listen to all the music you want, no matter where you're at. Down below those, you've got your monitor for all your tanks, of course the water pump switch, 12-volt outlets that do feature USB, and then the switch for your water heater as well. Below that, you've got your power center and your converter, which is lithium compatible if you want to run those massive batteries. Over from that, of course, you've got your dinette that can fit 3 adults comfortably, especially with these 5-inch thick cushions. This one is equipped with the Lagoon table, so you can pivot it around, move it around the camper for whatever you need. The speakers also for that radio I mentioned earlier are right here in the center of the camper, so everyone's always got a good seat. So if you like to camp in hotter climates, maybe during the summer, don't worry, we do have options to keep you cool. You can order the camper with up to 2 MaxxAir fans front and rear, multiple speed reversible, all you'd ever need. We even offer a 9,500 BTU air conditioning unit. So I'm sure since this is a camper, you're wondering about the sleeping space. Well, the Apex comes standard with a north-south queen bed with a 5-inch thick mattress. It also has bedside cabinet standard, plus a massive underbed storage compartment. Down from that, you do have your dinette, which does turn into an additional bunk, still with the 5-inch thick cushions, so plenty comfortable. Now, for those of you who have kids, taking the whole family crew camping with you, you can order it with this additional pull-out bunk and have bunk beds right here where the dinette goes. So last but not least, right here you do have your whole wet bath. Of course, it's hidden behind this nice privacy wall here. You've got your full shower and your toilet. You can have up to 60 gallons of fresh water, 32 gallons of gray and 16 gallons of black, again because of that basement space. So no matter where you're camping in the wildest parts of the backcountry, you can have all the comforts of home. So that is the Apex from Outfitter Manufacturing. If you're looking for a 4-star hotel room way out in the boonies, it's definitely the way to go. If you're interested in customizing your own or want to check out some of the other campers we build, head on over to our website or reach out to us today.